evening, viewer. You're most welcome to the NILE Cast on Westnile Television, where we give you the daily news bulletins of the day. Every day, my name is Okumuringa Christine. Before we dive into any of the stories, let's first have a look at the news making headlines. In the headlines tonight, Arua District celebrates International Youth Day. Lightning strike critically injures 5 children of one family in Zombo district. And President Museveni pardons jailed former Public Service Permanent Secretary Jimmy Lwamafa. This and more in the NILE Cast News Bulletin. A very good evening to you, viewer, and you're most welcome to the NILE Cast on Westnile Television. Now let us dive into some of the stories of the evening. Arua District joined the young people across the world to commemorate the International Youth Day themed Accelerating Recovery from COVID-19 and full implementation of the Agenda 2023, the role of youth, on the 26th of August 2023 in Ajah Sub-County, Arua District. Arua District leaders have urged the youth to take environment conservation more seriously and education seriously to not only improve on the well-being but also the well-being of their community. Frederick Dramadri reports.
Marked with the planting of trees to cherish environmental restoration and educating the young people on the need to conserve the environment, flavored with traditional dances as a way of recounting on culture, spiced with the modern music style, Arua District joined the rest of the world in commemorating the young people and remembering their day with a call to action towards eradicating poverty, illiteracy, and foster development in the district, commemorated under the theme Accelerating Recovery from COVID-19 and full implementation of the Agenda 2030, the role of the youth. The district youth chairperson Robert Eyotia says in order to achieve the 2030 government's agenda, the issue of skilling the young people and giving them startup kits at the time of graduation is necessary if truly the country wants to come out of unemployment, poverty, and digitalize completely the economy. Edward Entra, the Community Development Officer, Arua District, explains that the population of uneducated youths in the district is overwhelming, and yet majority of the workers in the district have been outsourced. He noted that in the recent recruitments conducted by implementing partners, out of the 15 slots advertised for diploma holders, only 4 of them were got in the district, indicating high level of illiteracy. Whereas Natalia Dateru, the chairperson of Social Services Arua District Council, encouraged young people to take up education seriously to be accommodated in the employment sector. Uganda has the world's youngest population, with over 76% of its population below the age of 30 years, while the unemployment rate in the country affects the young people between the ages of 15 to 30 years drastically, according to United Nations. Meanwhile, Geoffrey Okiswa, Arua Resident District Commissioner, challenges the young people to utilize the available opportunities brought by the government, including the Paris Development Model, the Youth Livelihood Program, the skilling programs, as well as the free education systems through the Universal Primary Education UPE and Universal Secondary Education USE to change their lives.
Now, we have public universities at least in every sub-region. My chairman here the other time told us, and he has even told you, he's supposed to be for election. He has been admitted for a master's degree. I think I have permission to talk about it because this is the pride of NRM government. He has been admitted for a master's degree in Greek or something like that. Here in Westnile, that must be in Muni University. But those days you would go up to Makerere University making education very, very expensive. And the youth were really crying.
The guest of honor for the day, Yovan Adriko, who is the Member of Parliament for Arua District, asked the youths to desist from drug abuse, child marriage, teenage pregnancy, so as to keep their lives healthy and productive. Every year, On 12th of August, the world celebrates the International Youth Day to reawaken the young population on nation building. Frederick Tamadri, Westnile TV, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories. Secondary schools from across East Africa have safely arrived in Arua City for the East African Music, Dance and Drama Competitions 2023, where the finals will take place at Muni National Teachers College. The East African Music, Dance and Drama Competitions 2023 will officially commence on the 29th of August 2023. Farish Majid and Benson Pastore report.
Several schools across East Africa have arrived safely in Arua City at their different venues selected to host the National Music, Dance and Drama Festival, slated to official kick-off tomorrow, bringing together a number of schools from the entire region. At the National Teachers College in Muni, where Kenyans have camped, said this on the level of readiness and preparedness for the event.
My name is Professor CJ Odhiambo. I'm from Kenya. I teach at Moi University, but here I am as the chairman of the Kenya National Drama and Film Festival, who are coming to participate in the music, dance and drama festival of Uganda. We've come with a big team that comprises the drama festival and also the Kenya Music Festival, whose chairman is Professor Frederick Ngala. We have two major drama festivals in Kenya for schools. This festival brings together students right from the kindergarten up to the universities.
My name is Jerry Rawlings Odhiambo. I'm from Kenya, Bungoma County. This is Bungoma High School, School 001 of County 039, Bungoma County. We are representing Kenya in the East Africa Drama, Music and Dance Festival that is ongoing here in Arua, Uganda. And there are so many groups that are taking part in this. We are just one amongst the many groups. As I'd said earlier, this is Bungoma High School. We came here, 18 of us, together with our teachers, our school chief principal, Mr. Enoch Andanje, and our trainer, Mr. Toili Hisa. So we believe that we're going to do the best to represent our nation, Kenya, and back at home to our president, Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Feel relaxed. The nation is being represented very well. Thank you.
My name is Jeremy Alan. I'm from Magoro Sare High School. We have come all the way from Kenya to Uganda. Probably this place is called Arua to perform a choral verse. Okay, the journey was quite good, and we got to see some wildlife, elephants, some, what do we call them, giraffes, and we are really prepared, and we hope that we're going to go back home with the trophy. Thank you.
My name is Jemima Wekali from Kenya. This is a school called Makueni Girls from eastern side of Kenya. We are presenting a song called This is Africa. And we have many items. We have This is Africa. We have TB, a set piece called Akuom Nakitela. Yes.
Dramade Maxwell, head teacher for Arua Public Senior Secondary School, asked the visitors to feel at home but should avoid unnecessary movements.
So I deliberately stayed behind. I didn't want to spoil their preparation. So and I think has been so good. We have day for speeches. My role here is to welcome you to Uganda on behalf of the Ministry of Education and Sports. Feel at home. However, I would like to caution the young people. I'm sure you have seen security around. Please don't loiter. You may be grabbed from the bush. Don't loiter, okay? Be orderly. Remain in the confines of the presence you have been shown. Don't try to get out of the fence. You'll get problems, okay? Are we together? So be organized. I know you are tired. I have decided to put off this reception till tomorrow. My team refused because I thought it was late. We are going to have a day for speeches. Tomorrow we are going to interact. Allow me to release you. Go and check in, have supper, then we shall interact more and more in the coming days. You are welcome once again.
The event will officially kick off tomorrow with open ceremony at the National Teachers College and the various locations, among which include Mvara Senior Secondary School, St. Joseph's College Ombati, and a Republic Senior Secondary School. Farsi Majid, Oraku Benson Pastore, Westnile Television, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories. 5 children of one family have been critically injured after being struck by lightning in an incident that occurred under a veranda of a permanent building on Sunday, the 27th of August 2023 in Got Afoyo village, War Sub-County, Zombo District. This is the first episode of lightning attack in Zombo District since the beginning of the year 2023. Alfred Jawoko reports.
Lightning has struck and critically injured 5 children in one family. This incident happened on 27th of August this year in Got Afoyo village, War Sub-County in Zombo District. According to an eyewitness, Charles Odongo, the councillor for persons with disability, War Town Council, the victims were playing under the veranda of a permanent building located 500 meters away from where the incident happened. The victims have been identified as Genevieve Kayen Paroth, 4 years of age, Melissa Enying, 8 years, Gracious Lengtring, 8 years, Gracious Nyamutoro, 12, and Zara Yik Paroth, also 12 years of age, all residents of War Sub-County. Odongo regretted the incident and said that lightning came at a time when some football fans were watching football, but all screens and electric poles were disrupted.
Manowori tunemisawa apar udaika pira beach wapoi ikin court nube nyidu lokot madit umil makumur madit ni daika manyano mawa ai kudi OTJB performer chairman S5 John Ruin Machon this of district a walk wo kulwa mo bedo ko ginyi ko na inside makama lokot ko yawia yiru madit wo wagami oro dano ringo ko kecha wanwango awia angwen masawa yecha ma jil ingom malokot goyo mamira bine jilo nwang yuri nge mai kinda yecha dexo chipanga ta chel ma jilo ngi moy ndundu ko koñ pa dano mo be tie ko koñ pa boda boda magi bedo within tingo yen giringi teria ger match health center 3 mai yecha uyede nwang recover awyario e wangogi ento ko woni maba wechu eni loka boko utie ko mgimongo konyogi.
Jackson Omoni, the father of the 3 victims, narrated that upon receiving the information about the lightning, they were rushed to Agermat's Health Center 3 for treatment. He further lamented that there were 6 children playing together, but only 5 were injured.
Manaworo isama bari lor mo edungudu. Lemisa wa par na parashiel. Ni do koto shako. Samni do koto shako. Do koto bino mel dire eni, in koto eni. Andal kocha provoking wanto wa ai ni wa ai mal ko neno od ma wiya be tugi teresha od ma kamo bedi iye wa neno yiru dongo kesha gamo ai warengo ko no nga wiya abu siel zo lokot ko so isam esha sama nena wiya parasha ba ku shelo shawa tingo mo ngario ko ma no nya ko peshi gama ai arengo pinyi pashi sama ni kuya ka mi ko poni ya gama bo daji buda mu gamulo be pasho nye tincha po partie lare odiat majin ko woni ge odiat ento adeg mu gana chaji wodo ge ko wono dongo dario ko mi gizo ko di ringo.
In the meantime, Derek Odongo, the in charge at Agermat's Health Center 3, confirmed the incident and said the 3 children were discharged upon examinations and the 2 are yet admitted as they sustained serious burns.
We had 3 who were casualties, but they only had minor injuries. The other 2 got burns, and one called Zara Yekparoth, she had a serious burn, but these burns were mainly superficial. She came, she was conscious and in a lot of pain. We managed her until we realized she was not she was not very critical, in too much danger. We have admitted her in our inpatient here. We shall continuously assess them to see if we could discharge them.
This is the first episode of lightning in Zombo district since this year began. Farish Majid, Alfred Jawok, Westnile TV NILE CAST.
And more in our stories, entrepreneurs in the West Nile region have expressed disgruntlement over the failure to access agricultural credit facility funds during the past 13 years. Frederick Jamadri has more.
13 years ago, the business persons and agriculturalists in West Nile region are yet to benefit from the government's initiative of commercializing agriculture through the agricultural credit facility launched in 2009. While other regions in the country have benefited several times from the cost-shared facility between Uganda's central bank and the commercial banks, the bureaucracy of popularizing the facility by the commercial banks in West Nile region breaks it down to the unmaterialized gospel dream to the West Nilers. This prompted the Arua City's Chamber of Commerce to drag Bank of Uganda officials and other commercial banks to explain. But to the contrary, the commercial banks boycotted the meeting. Cesar Trinity Drichabo, the chairperson of Arua City Chamber of Commerce, who summoned the meeting, described the actions of the banks and called for and challenged Bank of Uganda to take actions over the behavior.
But how can you go to commercial agriculture with horse? It is daydreaming. You can't. And therefore, access to affordable financing should have been the magic bullet. And we thought that was already designed under the agriculture credit facility. And then the challenge has been, the strategy was this money, you placed it in the hands of the commercial banks. And when we approached the commercial banks, they did admit that they have this money. However, they were a little tight on going deeper than acknowledging that they have this money.
Whereas Samahamu Samile, the regional coordinator West Nile Entrepreneurs Association, who is also the deputy resident district commissioner of Arua district, knows that the commercial banks are keeping entrepreneurs in the dark despite the funds being redundant in the banks.
We need a resolution that will help our people. And I expected all the representatives of all the banks to be here, because these are people who denies. When we go there, they tell us, no, the information you see on paper is different from the policies. You are going to tell us the policy guideline, how people will benefit from agricultural facility.
Some of the economists in Western region share expressions of discomfort over the secretive nature of implementing this program to foster development.
It's not time for lamentation. The question number 2, how many of these people here so far have benefited from this program? Can we identify them?
Hearing about small business recovery fund today after very many years, and over 100 of my group association accounts are freezing there, yet this fund is there. What has happened, we don't know.
Look at this loan, the unpredictable climate prevents me from getting this loan. Thank you very much.
Started with only 20 billion Ugandan shillings for the provision of short, medium and long-term financing to the projects engaged in agriculture, grain trade, agro-processing, modernization and mechanization. Government of Uganda has now disbursed 888 billion Ugandan shillings to various beneficiaries as of July this year across the country within a period of 13 years, according to Bank of Uganda. Alex Rwancha, the Deputy Executive Director, Bank of Uganda, reveals that Government of Uganda, in partnership with the commercial banks, are harmonizing the gaps to ensure effective delivery of services.
1 quarter, there was a disbursement of 1.9 billion to Western region. There was a disbursement of 1.7 billion to Central region. Because we went and spread gospel about the block allocation arrangement, Northern had 980 million. Westnile I didn't see, Eastern was 0. If your friends are getting 1.9 in 3 months, and for you are getting 0, when will you ever catch up with them? Bank of Uganda has not left you. Bank of Uganda is not sleeping. Bank of Uganda is doing its work.
Under the partnership arrangement, Bank of Uganda contributes 50% of the amount requested and approved by the beneficiary through the commercial banks, with a loan maximum between 20 million and 150 million shillings depending on the demand by the beneficiary, while an interest of only 12% per annum is levied on any borrowing. Frederick Dramadri, Westnile TV, NILE CAST.
And more in our stories, President Museveni has, in exercise of the powers given to the President of the Republic of Uganda by the Constitution, pardoned the former Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Public Service, Jimmy Lomafa, who has been serving a 7-year jail time over pension scam. Uganda prison spokesperson Frank Baine on Monday stated that Luamafa was among the 200 beneficiaries of the presidential pardon that was submitted to the president by the prerogative of Mercy Committee. According to the prison spokesperson, the president also pardoned 199 other prisoners who were part of a group of 1,800 names sent by the prisons to the prerogative of Mercy Committee for pardon.
My name is Oraku Benson Pastore, and this is NILE CAST Sports News at Westnile TV. In one of the stories we have got for you today, Uganda performs well in the Federation of East African Secondary School Ball Games. This comes after the country winning 37 medals, and out of the 37 medals that have been won by the various schools we have in the country, 17 were gold medals. 11 were silver medals, meanwhile the remaining 9 were bronze medals. And in some of the results that went in football, we saw St. Mary's tended the record champions, extending it again after beating the school, that's Amos College, by a goal to nil. That means St. Mary's tended will be representing Uganda in the international school ball games, and that one will take place next year. And this brilliant performance has been awarded by the country hosting next edition of the FIASA Games. Meanwhile, the other countries, Kenya winning 27 medals. Meanwhile, the host country, that's Rwanda, has won 12 medals. Away from that story, this time we have seen Sports Club Vipers being knocked out of the CAF Champions League after losing by 3 goals to 2 into the hands of the Botswana-based club Janney Galaxy. Though they won the first league by 2 goals to 1, it was not enough for the Venoms to see that they proceed to the next round of the CAF Champions League. Now the focus turns to KCA, the only club from the country that's going to raise the flag of the country in the continental football. But this one will now come in the second tier of continental football. I am talking about the CAF Confederations Cup. The journey has already come to an end for the Venoms. Their focus this season will now only be in Star Times Uganda Premier League and in Stanbic Uganda Cup. Away from that story into another story, this time we are jetting to Hungary, where we have seen the conclusion of the Athletic World Championship coming to conclusion. Everything came to an end yesterday, and it ended so well for our own Ugandan, that's Victor Kiplagat, as he won a medal in men's marathon. And that has not been the only medal won by Uganda. We also saw another medal being won in 10,000 meters race, and that one was won by Joshua Cheptegei. It's not the first of its kind. We are seeing Victor winning a medal also last year in Commonwealth Games that was hosted by Birmingham in England. We also saw him winning the same medal. Let's finalize everything with what transpired over the weekend in English Premier League, where we saw a lot of dramatic encounters. It started on Friday, where we saw Chelsea running riot over Luton Town, beating them by 3-0. And then on Saturday, we also had so many games on the card, and the early kick-off game was between Spurs and Bournemouth, and Spurs beat Bournemouth at Vitali Stadium by 2-0. Then after that, at 5 p.m, we had so many games on the card. It was Crystal Palace that shared the spoil with the team of Brentford after the game had ended in 1-1. Meanwhile, the team Arsenal played out a 2-2 tie with Fulham in a London derby. Manchester United had to come from 2 goals down to beat Nottingham Forest by 3-2. Bad omen for the Toffees Everton again, as they were edged by Wolves by 1-0. Then the late kick-off game on Saturday was between Brighton and Hove Albion, as we saw the Hammers West Ham demolishing them by 3-1. Then yesterday, 3 games were played, where Pep Guardiola's side, Manchester City, got it late against Sheffield United, beating them by 2-1. Then Aston Villa ran riot over Burnley at Turf Moor, demolishing them by 3-1. And the last game was full of drama, as Liverpool came from a goal down with a red card that was given to Virgil van Dijk, as they beat Newcastle by 2-1. Now briefly taking a look at the table standing, on top is now Manchester City. Out of 3 games they have played, they have accumulated 9 points. Second team on the log is West Ham United with 7 points, 2 wins and a draw. Third on the log is Spurs with 7 points. The top 4 is completed by Liverpool, they having 7 points. At number 5 is Arsenal with 7 points. The team that completes the top 6 is Brighton and Hove Albion. Meanwhile, down in the relegation zone, we have got Luton Town, Everton, not forgetting about Burnley, that are yet to win a game. With that, we have come to the end of today's edition of NILE CAST Sports News. My name is Oraku Benson. We'll link up again tomorrow.
Thank you, Oracle Benson Pastore, for the sports news and the sports highlight. And with that, viewer, we've come to the end of the NILE Cast on Westnile Television. Thank you for being with us from the beginning of the NILE Cast to the end of the NILE Cast only on Westnile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that may follow. My name is Okumaringa Christine. Have a good evening.